The jealousy is real. The jealousy is real. And I'm not just talking about the overwhelming jealousy that dump divers in the WNBA feel towards the roof from Waterloo. I'm starting to wonder, and I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, I'm starting to wonder if there's a little bit of jealousy, maybe a little bit of resentment that is building towards Angel Reese.
Though the evening didn't go as planned, Angel Reese arrived at the WNBA All-Star celebration prepared to shine. It was a difficult performance for the rising star, who was blocked on the court and benched. The veterans of the league were rolling their eyes rather than giving them the red carpet. What happens when basketball royalty meets TikTok fame? It wasn't a fairy tale, to put it mildly. Angel wasn't prepared for this all-star moment, which included cold looks and fierce rivalry on the floor.
She finished 5th overall in fan voting, 10th among all voting once you factored in, but only 12th among the media and the players. So the players actually rated Caitlin Clark higher than Angel Reese, which I think is interesting, although certainly it's deserved. But I will say, Angel Reese, Ronnie and I have debated it on the program. Ronnie has been pretty clear that he thinks that she sucks at basketball. I have defended her as having dimensions of her game that are high level. I got to a point here a couple of weeks ago where I was starting to wonder if she actually sucked or not, but she has put together an impressive streak here over her last 4 games.
You know, I would also be furious if I played in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark, however, not at all. What specifically is Angel Reese receiving magazine covers, sneaker deals, and unending media attention for? I'd be steaming. Perfecting the art of a side eye while grooving on the bench. Reese would be scoring 40 points per night on average if the work to praise ratio were a sport. The real MVPs, who have been working hard for years, aren't even allowed to appear in a Gatorade commercial. It's more than jealousy. That salt is on par with the Olympics.
Well, this is very interesting, and certainly a plot twist from last season. And I'm talking about the mainstream media, the sports media, and their love affair with Angel Reese. Now, we know the media jumped through hoops, gymnastics, mental gymnastics. I mean, however you try to put it, they tried to raise up Angel Reese last year as being, of course, she's running neck and neck with Caitlin Clark for the Rookie of the Year.
Let's be honest. The WNBA's Angel Reese is like the friend who arrives late for the group project, says one thing, and yet gets credit for the entire PowerPoint, and everyone is gushing about it. There is a strange celebration of mediocrity going on, as if PR stunts and hustle statistics are now more important than, say, nailing a jump shot. Ignore the basics. You too can become well known by simply posting a mysterious tweet.
The words from jealous WNBA players do not match up with their actions. They say one thing, and then they go and do another. And I'm starting to wonder if that same jealousy, that same resentment, I'm starting to wonder if it's building towards Angel Reese.
This is when it becomes even more awkward. The league is behaving as though Caitlin Clark suddenly appeared and revealed all of their secrets, as if she were the reason why no one has been attending their games for the past 20 years. It turns out that Clark was not the reason for the decline in ratings. The WNBA chose to blame the torch rather than clean up after she simply entered the room, turned on the lights, and everyone saw the cobwebs.
Both impact the game. My teammates are saying Caitlin Clark moves the needle on basketball, right? Versus Angel, who moves the needle on viewership, on interest, on engagement. No one can deny that because she's on McDonald's bags, because she has her own podcast, because she's at the Met Gala, because she's transcending the sport and she's showing girls femininity. My sister don't play basketball, no Angel Reese. My sister don't play basketball, she knows Caitlin Clark too.
But Angel Reese be on a McDonald's bag if she was not a champion averaging a double-double.
Nah, bro, I don't, you know what, I'm gonna get up because I don't
So you're saying
There is obviously friction, since some people act as though Clark stole the show, while Clark is making headlines with record-breaking statistics. Clark receives hard fouls and harsh treatment for being great, while Rhea is praised despite having mediocre numbers. The league seems to have reversed its logic, penalizing achievement rather than encouraging it. In actuality, Clark is increasing viewership, attracting fans, and fostering the league's expansion. However, because she is gifted, well-liked, and marketable, she is regarded like an outsider rather than given support.
WNBA All-Star starters were released and people are pissed. This is how votes were cast. 50% was fan vote, 25% was media, and the remaining 25% was current players. One person that was not one of the 10 starters selected, Angel Reese. Now, Angel was actually 5th among frontcourt players in the fan voting, but she didn't even rank inside the top 10 in current player or media voting. The top vote getter was unsurprisingly Caitlin Clark with over 1 point.
Although they won't say it out, the WNBA probably wouldn't be on ESPN without Clark. Instead, it would be sandwiched between specialized sports programming. However, the attention continues to shine elsewhere, as though the league's expansion is solely being driven by personalities. Even if endorsement deals are abundant, the real impact on the court is quite different. The truth that veteran players are left wondering if branding now means more than basketball cannot be concealed by any gaudy phrase or viral occurrence. Although the league enjoys the story, it's obvious that it took an Iowan shooter to finally make the WNBA a household name.
5, and you may be saying to yourself, well, how many of those 17 rebounds a game are me-bounds? Is she just standing there rebounding at all of her own misses and padding her stats? Only 6 me-bounds in the last 4 games. So even if we discount the me-bounds, she's averaging 16 boards a game over her last 4 games, and she became the first player in WNBA history to put together 4 straight 15-plus rebound.
One highlight at a time, Clark is bringing the WNBA into the public eye on his own. The crowded arenas become quiet once more without her. What if she decided she had had enough and left for Europe, where she would be praised rather than persecuted? In Milan, she would be drinking espresso and losing 40 points every night while being watched by the media. Since the WNBA is really a leaky umbrella pretending to be in charge, let's face it, she is the storm. It's amazing that they won't just say, "Yes, she's great and we need her." Rather, we get sarcastic remarks, harsh penalties, and a league that resembles a high school hallway in which being popular is penalized unless it complies with unwritten norms.
Into the season, the media tried to put Angel Reese amongst the best players again, and then she promptly went out and stunk it up. All right, and stunk it up. Now, she's had a couple of good games as of late, but every time she has a good game, she has a horrific game. And her field goal percentage is down this year. And imagine I just said that. Her field goal percentage has dropped this year versus last year. That's right, she's a worse shooter.
Everyone is furious that Clark, the new kid with straight A's and offers from all the best schools, won't sit at the loser table. Fans aren't blind, though. They are aware of who is speaking and who is delivering. Her passes are works of art, her step-backs are lethal, and the resentment surrounding her success is loud and preventing the league from progressing. Perhaps the WNBA wouldn't need to rely as much on Clark to remain relevant if it invested half as much in promotion as it does in grudges. The league increases as you celebrate her, continue punishing her, and run the risk of ignoring the one thing that is obviously effective.
For those that don't know, the WNBA released their All-Star starters for the 2025 WNBA All-Star Game hosted in Indiana this year. And baby, I'm not gonna lie, a few people don't deserve to be on here. So just to give you guys context with it, when the first returns came back on the fan voting and I saw that Skylar Diggins was ranked 24th, I was sick. Sick to my stomach because Skylar Diggins has been playing as the best point guard in the league to start out this year. It's no way she should have been ranked at the 24th spot. This is a player that is currently averaging 18 points per game, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, while shooting 46%.
Don't be shocked if Clark ever departs for Europe. You anticipated it. She is taking flack for it while supporting the league. The WNBA is sinking, not slipping without her. Rhea, on the other hand, trended more for moments than for numbers, building a brand on resistance rather than domination. The league still refuses to acknowledge that Clark is the only thing keeping the lights on, which is the true story, not the commotion around her.
Yeah, and behind the WNBA dump has officially been exposed. The myth of all myths, the deception of deceptions, la mentira de las mentiras for those who prefer Espanol, or as fake gangster John Morant would say, the cap of caps. For the better part of 2 years, maybe even 3 years, the mainstream media has been trying to convince us that Angel Reese is a huge star.
Like Steph Curry and Diana Taurasi's body, Caitlin Clark is being protected by the same players who minimize her. Why is she being double-teamed at half court like the last boss in a video game if she's merely hype? That is not how players attack guards ranked 8th. They are aware that Clark's presence in largest stadia attracts ESPN and elevates each game to the status of an occasion. Everyone knows in their hearts that the fans aren't sporting Reese jerseys. The future isn't bitter. It's about overcoming 30 and altering the rules, regardless of how many elbows are thrown or side-eyes are given.
I'm going to ask your take on Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Oh, Lord.
She put her hands on the desk. Lord, give me strength.
It's a really nuanced situation. I think that Caitlin brings out this real, how do I say this and not get canceled? She brings out this energy from people that she needs to be protected.
Angel Reese, meanwhile, seemed more concerned with being angry whether he is benched, questioned, or overshadowed by Clark's 4th highlight of the evening. She acts as though everything is against her, but in reality, she is the only one preventing her progress. Feelings don't appear on the scoreboard, so you can't dunk on reality with them and victimization. Clark arrived dripping shots and taking hits like a vet, not with glitter. Because she is a superstar, something that must be earned, not given. Opposing defenses treat her as such.
Double-double, she got it, sure. That title, sure. She was purposely missing shots at some point to be able to get the rebound. And if I saw it, and my thing is that if those were intentional shots, she shouldn't be in the WNBA at all. Yeah, I don't know about top 10.
Okay, fair, but based off of you watching her and you saying that you feel as though that she were intentionally missing shots as a professional basketball player and that she shouldn't be in the WNBA if she were taking those shots anyways or whatever, all of these are feeling based. At the end of the day, the numbers are what they are, and those double-doubles have translated into championships on every level that Angel has.
Admit it, you don't have to like it. Clark is production, not hype. No one would be after her like she's defending the cure for irrelevance if she were actually mid. It's talent and the attention that always comes. It's not a plot. While Angel is out here honing group celebrations after 3 rebounds, Clark is using buzzer beaters to pull her team forward. One is the devaluation of substance, while the other is the reward of show. And it's seen by fans. It's blindingly different. Angel might have been a serious competitor, but that requires more than simply fans.
Caitlin Clark has gotten way out of control. Angel is a great player. Caitlin is also a great player. They're not the same type of player, and they're starting their careers. Yeah. Angel really upset people with how she taunted Caitlin after the championship, as she should. And if a man did it, we wouldn't have even talked about it.
Angel is more of a loud supporting character at the moment. You remember the attire, not the effect. Instead of creating a legacy, she is creating a persona. Furthermore, personalities only get retweeted. They don't win championships. Ironically, despite following Clark everywhere, watching her footage, and fouling her like it's their last game, so many people pretend they don't give a damn about her. The WNBA is riding the Clark wave because it must, despite the real effort to downplay her magnificence. And becoming the player Angel believes she already is the only way she can transcend a brand. Until then, Clark continues to throng arenas, set fire to nets, and receive defenses like to that of the league's queen, who already wears the crown whether she likes it or not.